Hello and welcome to another Warcraft 3 commentary. Today's game features ThundeR, aka Rojin Wook, aka Michael, but now playing under the name ThundeR. Playing human here, human player from Korea on Northern Isles against KraV, the French Undead player. Now KraV, as you may or may not know, he's a very macro-oriented player. He loves to expand, he loves to play big macro games with a lot of multitasking, a lot of quote-unquote laming, hit and runs, things like that. So he's opening here with the Crypt Lord, double Zig Ghouls. So it looks like a Crypt Lord fast expansion from KraV, which is something he loves to do over and over, especially in this matchup. But he loves to expand in every matchup really, so not at all surprised to see the Crypt Lord, especially Northern Isles, very, very solid Crypt Lord expansion map. And ThundeR opening up with the Archmage, triple farm here and going straight for the Magi creeps. So he wants to get level 2, see what item he gets. And after that it's kind of open, like if he scouts that there is a Crypt Lord expansion, he might just go from the orange straight to the expansion to try and harass it as much as possible and tech behind it. Or he can just kind of expand himself and go for a big macro game, you know, counter expansion style. So he does scout it, and there's actually attempted a surround, but no surround actually pulled off there. So this footman's going to be slightly annoying, and this gives ThundeR all the information he needs. He can make a choice right now, and his choice seems to be to go at pressure. No. Oh, is he not rallying? Oh, that's a pretty big mistake if he doesn't catch it immediately. You want to have as much army as possible to help deal with this. Does he? Oh, he's trying to steal. He stole it. He stole the Magi with a footman. Wow. Now ThundeR is a very, very good player, and he has. When I see him play, and when I play against him myself, I always see these small little moves. He always tries to maximize everything. Stealing that Magi is huge. Not only just stealing the experience for the Archmage, but denying level 2 from the Crypt Lord. Because usually what the Undead wants to do is get level 2 and instantly impale and surround the Archmage to buy some space with the expansion. But there's not going to be any impale for a long time now. KraV still going for the expansion though, and yeah, although he did the beautiful move by stealing the Magi, he is not rallying his footmen, and he does get surrounded without any impale. And now ThundeR realizes, oh no, I forgot my footman. So one really nice, impressive move, and then a pretty big mistake. So this Ziggurat is definitely going to go up. We will get level 2 on the Crypt Lord. And like I said, once he's level 2, the Archmage has to be very careful because impale surrounds are a very real threat for them to deal with. Might even see like a staff interpretation here. Didn't really mention the items here, but the Scroll of the Beast can be a real good item if he wants to go for a push. There's not going to be any dispel for a long time from Undead. So, and looking at ThundeR space, we do have the tech, so probably some kind of tier 2 push gonna come into play here. Maybe rifles, casters, mortars. So holding on to that Scroll of the Beast can be actually very nice, but at the same time that's 200 gold. It's very tempting to just sell it, especially once you lost your TP. You can sell it and get a staff or even boots. So we'll see what he does. Ooh, some nice multi-creeping going on, securing that level 3. Does indeed get the staff, but does hold on to the scroll. So he does want to use that in a big push. Expansion is slowly going up for KraV. Now KraV is doing a very, very safe creeping pattern here. He wants to stay close to his expansion. He doesn't want a level 3 Archmage to show up here, cancel the gold mine staff out. That can just lose you the game. So he wants to make sure that the expansion does go up. Still saying get tier 1. Doesn't have a Nero tower right now. He's getting it, but until this is up, these elementals are going to dominate this fight. So much damage output, and they're just not going to die to any right clicks at all. So KraV needs to buy time for this Nero. And excellent splitting here from ThundeR. He does have that staff like we've seen. So if this was just a little bit less finished, he could definitely cancel that with. Oh, actually, he doesn't have the mana for elemental anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But it does distract KraV enough that he has to run away. And I notice I keep saying KraV and KraV. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. So I might be shifting throughout the game. Hope that doesn't annoy you too much. It's something I'm doing consciously. Anyway, the crystal ball, I didn't really mention that either, but he got a really terrible item here. Although he did use it to scan and see that there was a tech and there's a push coming, so that gives some valuable information. Nothing that, you know, a skeleton or a beetle couldn't give him. Nice usage of the environmentals here, and putting so much effort into canceling this ziggurat really should tell KraV quite a bit. It really signifies that, okay, there's going to be a push. There's going to be a push, because otherwise why is he spending so much of his effort just trying to, you know, make sure my expansion doesn't get too overtowered. And interestingly enough, you may have seen a game I commentated before where Caspand played a rifle mortar push against Edo Boy, against the same strategy, but ThundeR is actually opting to go double Sanctum and no Blacksmith. So he wants to get a lot of casters out and a Bloodmage second. This is an entirely new approach, to me at least, in how to deal with the Undead expansion, but it makes sense in some ways. I mean, again, if you can keep denying these ziggurats so there are no spirit towers, it's huge. And there's not going to be any dispel, so having priests of your own to heal and dispel the opponent's beetles, while also having sorceresses to slow down their units so it's not going to get dispelled, is going to be a huge benefit. Ooh, Pen of Energy. So the Pen of Energy in combination with Siphon is a really powerful tool. If you have time, you can definitely just drop the pendant and then siphon to full mana and then pick it up and you have a lot of extra mana. Looks like we might see either Sappers, Zeppelin, or some kind of Shredder. Looks like a Zeppelin, so my guess would be that he's going to drop behind. I'm not sure if he has Defend unlocked, but if he can drop here, it'd be really cool if he got like Flame Strike and like, took away some of the trees and did like a tower push from behind. That'd be really cool. But there are 2 towers going up. There's already that Nerubian. I'm not sure how much he can do here, but the surface area is so small that even though KraV has a whole lot, he can't actually access this army too easily. So we'll see how this goes actually. Focus firing the tower, pretty interesting choice. The Acolytes have run away, so they couldn't actually repair it in time. Ooh, Mega Impale there. Actually, ooh, the Impale saves the tower. No, it doesn't. I thought it might save the tower to get repaired, but it does not. However, these towers are attacking now, and the positioning is actually pretty good from ThundeR. He's trying to stay as far back as possible, reduce the surface area. Obviously, most of his important units are ranged. These elementals are dishing out a lot of damage. Meanwhile, the ghouls have a really hard time actually doing anything here. So it's kind of like a very positional push here. And just doesn't seem like there's enough priests though. The healing will eventually run out here. Well, but actually, wow. Okay, so I thought the cripple might go down there, but he had the greater healing potion. And ghouls come in to kind of counter surround the cripple to make sure it doesn't go down. Oh, gargoyle. So tier 2 is obviously up at this point, and the gargoyle forces the instant DP. Kind of shuts down these shenanigans pretty hard. Just that one gargoyle. Make sure the Zeppelin's going to go down. And we actually have the triple crypt gargoyle. This is another one of those things KraV loves to do. Expand and then go triple crypt gargoyle. It's a very powerful strategy, especially against something like this. There's a lot of unarmored units. These casters will die very quickly to right clicks from a lot of gargoyles. The only downside though is that these water elementals do a lot of damage to the gargoyles. So in a straight up fight, it might actually be hard for KraV to win, but I don't think he's going to look to take too many straight up fights. He's going to try and pick off these casters with a lot of gargoyle right clicks and then run away. And so this is plan B for ThundeR. The kind of behind the base Zeppelin push didn't work out as he had hoped, so plan B is to counter expand. Get a couple of towers up, throw down that town hall. And meanwhile, KraV being very patient here, just creeping. He's not trying to attack or really do anything other than creep up his heroes, because he knows he has that expansion. It didn't go down. He has an economic advantage. Even if there's a counter expansion, it's going to take a long time for it to get up, and it's going to take even longer for it to actually kick in. So KraV has all the time in the world to just keep creeping. Maybe get some scrolls of healing over here. Mana pushing here and get crippled. Very nice. Yeah, there we go. Scrolls. So I mean, scrolls are incredibly valuable when your entire army consists of ghouls and gargoyles. It's a lot of healing you can potentially get in there. And ThundeR's army, by comparison, is looking very, very tiny at this point. I just want to check how much it actually is. So 58 for KraV, 40 for ThundeR. Retreating back to the towers here. Does not want to take an open fight. But KraV just might go for it. But like, again, these water elementals are actually pretty scary. There's really no counter to them. We'll see if KraV actually commits here, or if he just let's go straight for those casters with the gargoyles. Nice, actually kills the Zeppelin, makes these priests dizzy. Yeah, just right click and caster after caster after caster with the gargoyles. Meanwhile, the ghouls are counter attacking not really that important at this point. They're just kind of soaking up damage. Level 2 unlocked on the Death Knight, so we do have Unholy Aura. The Gargoyles kind of lost track here. They're taking all their damage from the towers. Nice Impale surround on the Blood Mage, but it doesn't have the Hailstone. It actually wasn't surrounded as he gets out of the Heal Scroll has been used, Protection Scroll has been popped as well. More Elementals showing up. Level 3 unlocked on the Blood Mage, that should be level 2 Siphon probably, but it could also be level 2 Flame Strike. I mean, there's more and more Gargoyles. So it would probably make more sense to get the Siphon if you want to keep being able to get those Elementals out. But there are more than enough towers to deal with the Gargoyles, and we'll see if the same is true in the main. Not really, actually. If KraV could cancel this tower, then double Arcane and 1 guard tower isn't really enough. ThundeR trying to get a workshop up. He wants to be able to get gyros to cancel the Gargs. KraV is just not letting it happen, and ThundeR's really big downfall here is he doesn't have any wood. He does not have the wood he needs to get the units that he wants. Shop goes down. So we do have the level 2 Siphon, I'm pretty sure. Didn't quite catch it. Almost certain that's level 2. And yeah, this is the power of the Gargoyles. Just focus firing those unarmored units so quickly. I wouldn't be surprised if KraV is going tier 3 behind us. Just take a quick look. Indeed. Actually, a pretty slow tier 3 tech. So he invested quite heavily into this tier 2 push. Probably wanted to end the game with it, but realized that there are enough towers, there are enough elementals, I can't really end it, so I'm just going to go tier 3 to make sure I'm not throwing the game away by staying tier 2. Obviously at tier 3, you can get Destroyers, you can get Orb, Lich Third. A lot of nice stuff gets unlocked at tier 3. Level 5. Now, the question is, does he go Beetles or does he go level 3 Impale? Since he can keep, continually pick off those priests with the Gargoyles, it wouldn't actually surprise me if he goes for the Beetles. But they're both excellent choices. Level 3 Impale is huge. Level 3 Beetles can definitely be huge as well if there's no Dispel. And ThundeR is nowhere near being able to tech, so this is also one of the big advantages for KraV. I mean, there's going to be a tier 2 army here for ThundeR for a long time. He still needs to get... Okay, so he's power built to 2 workshops. And he probably wants to make a lot of gyros before he starts his tech. Of course, the flat cannon upgrade is tier 2, so the incentive for ThundeR to go tier 3 right now is pretty small. There's nothing he really needs it for right now, and he just wants to stabilize the game, so wouldn't surprise me if he stays tier 2 for quite a while longer, maybe even the rest of the game, depending on how this plays out. Meanwhile, KraV going for that item. See if he actually backs off the hero. And he does actually get the level 3 Impale, it looks like. Yeah, so he backs off the Crypt Lord. So all the experience goes to the Death Knight. We'll see what item he gets here. Down in Courage, actually a really good item for either of those heroes. Again, I keep saying this, but it's not the item you want. You always want to get the auras, but this is definitely a good item as well. Both of those stat boosts are going to help either of those heroes quite a bit. I'd probably put it on the Keeper, on the Crypt Lord myself. Nice little harass here from ThundeR, but nothing that KraV can't handle by just repairing with Acolytes, really. So definitely this is a better use of time for KraV. He gets more experience, more items. Might sell the Rune Bracers. There's no real direct damage spell threatening him. Didn't sell anything, just gets the Heal Scroll. He is pretty rich, so there's really no need to sell anything, I suppose. We do have the Lich on the way. Double Slaughter, double Temple of the Damned, so Necromancer switch from KraV. And Ghoul Frenzy. I guess there aren't really a lot of ghouls left, but he might make more in the late game. And this actually makes a ton of sense to go for the Necromancers, because as we see, these Gargoyles keep picking off the casters. So you have this kind of priest kill squad, and you follow up with a lot of Necromancers, Necrowagon, Mass Skeleton style. There's just no response from human, because he's overcommitting almost to these flying machines to deal with the Gargoyles. So it's kind of a game of, can the flying machines deal with the Gargoyles in time to keep all the priests alive to deal with the Necromancers? So a lot of it's going to come down to this air battle. KraV getting some nice pickoffs without losing a single Gargoyle. Looking at ThundeR, yeah, he's still tier 2. He has no reason to go tier 3 at this point, and he's actually making more sorceresses, which is interesting. I think he needs more priests. He keeps on making those flying machines. Trying to be as annoying as possible, attack moving them, attack stopping them. Actually picking up some Gargoyles at this point, and do have to see Stoneform, yeah. Stoneform is being researched, and that's going to put a stop to any hope that ThundeR has of actually killing the gargoyles, because then KraV can always just land them on the ground. No TP on KraV actually, so it's being kind of brave here because there is slow. He might actually end up in a pretty bad position here, but the DPS of ThundeR is almost non-existent, so these heroes actually aren't too threatened by whatever they see here. Nice pickoffs, a lot of casters get killed there. Nice Nova, long range coil, actually misses the sorceress, but still gets the kill. Again, there's no orb here in this army, interestingly enough, but just the heroes alone are dealing so much damage to this caster army, and this is what kind of puts ThundeR in a lot of trouble here. Is he actually can't deal with the heroes. Let's say he kills all the gargoyles, he dispels all the skeletons. Even if he does all of that, what does he do against this triple hero combo with an Archmage, a Blood Mage, and a couple of casters? There's just no real answer yet. And for that, he'd probably need to go tier 3. So at some point, yeah, so he is going tier 3 now. He needs to get some kind of unit that'll actually help deal with the heroes, and knights, griffins, stuff like that. Even breakers would be pretty nice. But yeah. Excellent use of Stoneform here from KraV. Not going to lose any of those gargoyles for nothing. So I think when all is said and done, he's probably killed more gyros than he's lost gargoyles in these hit and run situations. And KraV is just setting up that open army. He does have that one statue giving full mana to all these necromancers. He's picking up corpses with the meat wagons. And it looks like he just wants to end it with a huge push here. And ThundeR does have excellent scouting, of course, with these gyros, so he will see when the push is coming in. I mean, right now it's 80 against 50. So if ThundeR is going to defend this, it's gonna take a miracle. We even have Unholy Frenzy being used here, so adding a lot of DPS to this orb carry with some nice items on it as well, plus 15 damage. Double heal scroll and double mana potion on the Crypt Lord, so there's going to be a lot of impales here. He's actually trying to see if he can get something good from the marketplace here. Oh, Ancient Django. So TC Aura from the marketplace here. Incredibly powerful. Unholy plus endurance in one army is really scary. There we go, there's the big fight. Gyro's engaged, actually slaughtering the gargoyles. We have some heal spell used right now, or they're all going to die. Yeah, it's not being used, but still. Instant snipe on the Archmage, just nuking it hard. Goes down right away. So even though all the gargoyles are gone, the casters are actually taken care of just by the heroes alone. KraV, excellent hero focus. I'm sorry, excellent unit focus here. The decision making of just going for the casters to guarantee that all of these necromancers do their job, and GG is called. So in the end, a pretty one-sided game, but it was really cool to see the air battle here. And like I said, even though ThundeR technically won the air fight, he just couldn't deal with the necromancers because the heroes were strong enough to deal with the casters on their own. So other than the really quick hero snipe here, KraV was really looking to just go for the priests. Nova, Impale, Coil, focus down the priest as much as possible to make sure that these skeletons win in the game. Because if there's no dispel, these skeletons will win the game. It's as easy as that. So yeah, pretty cool game. Hope you guys enjoyed. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.